What's up, guys? And today we're reviewing Donnie Yen's Enter the Fat Dragon. So keep watching for my thoughts and my full review on the movie. Let's do this! So Enter the Fat Dragon is actually a remake of the 1978 movie of the same title starring Sammo Hung. And I haven't seen that movie yet, but from what I hear, these two movies are completely different. So in this Enter the Fat Dragon, Donnie Yen stars and he plays a Hong Kong cop named Falun Zhu. And he has a bit of a problem. He's always placing his job before his relationship. So you could say he has a little bit of a work-life balance problem, don't we all? So he's having some relationship issues with his fiance, and it just so happens to be that on the same day he's supposed to have his wedding photos made, he gets mixed up in some random bank robbery and she ends up dumping him. And so flash forward several months and he's drowning in his sorrows, he's depressed, he's binge eating.
Must eat processed sugar. Or cookies. Cookies.
And that is the reason for his obesity. So he ends up taking this small job with the police force that sends him to Japan to escort a key witness to Tokyo, all while evading the Yakuza. You don't want to mess with the Yakuza. And can we just take a moment to reflect on the fact that Donnie Yen is 56 years old, and just to see what he does in this movie or any of his recent movies, like, it is hard to imagine that he is almost 60 and still able to do everything that he does in this movie. Like, that is amazing. And on top of that, like, he still looks great for his age. And the guy is still kicking. Like, he still has plenty of fight in him left, and he is not showing any signs of slowing down, and that is just phenomenal to me. And I am such a huge fan of Donnie Yen. Like, he happens to be my favorite living martial artist. There's just something about his charisma and his presence on screen, his fighting style, his mannerisms that kind of remind me of Bruce Lee a little bit, but he does it in his own way. I've been watching him since Iron Monkey all the way up, and it's just been an incredible ride and journey, just kind of seeing his progression in film and in martial arts. And you know, it's just amazing how he is still the same, and it's really great to see. So going over the things that I loved about this movie, and number one being, I don't think I have ever seen Donnie play a role quite like this. I mean, sure, yeah, he's played the cop role many times, but to play it like this, and I gotta give props to him because he is playing the complete opposite serious character that he is always playing. And I found myself non-stop laughing from the beginning of the movie all the way up until the end, because clearly when you see Donnie in this role, like, the guy is having a good time. And you know, you wouldn't think that Donnie Yen is the comedic type. This comes down to personal opinion and preference, because I felt like he wasn't forcing the humor in this movie. I felt like he just acted naturally. It worked for me. And I love moments like that where the actors don't have to really try that hard to be funny, because usually when you are trying to be funny, you come across unfunny. And then when he starts binge eating and becoming a slob, first off, who's never been that depressed that you binge eat like that? Like, that's exactly how I feel when I'm playing Modern Warfare. And not even 5 seconds in, you're already dead. All right, first match. I'm about to wipe everybody up. All right, let's go. All right, you know what? No sweat. That's just the first game. All right, we can do this. Let's go. Oh my God! And then when he starts gaining all the weight and starts looking fat and everything, I thought he looked hilarious. Like, it is obvious, and it is a little fake looking. Like, his face is just, it's way too shiny. It's way too perfect. Like, there's just no way no man can be that beautiful and zestfully clean.
You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully really clean.
Unless you're exfoliating with carnauba car wax or something. If you were to punch that face, like your fist would just, it would just slide off. Like he wouldn't even have to block a punch. Like he just would have his perfect face and every kick and punch would just slide right off of it. That's how shiny it looked. But I think the fat suit, like that part looked a little bit more believable. But on the other hand, much of the complaint was that he's in a fat suit and it doesn't feel like he's in a fat suit because it doesn't hinder his ability to perform any of the fight action sequences or stunts. And I mean, just think about it. Like, would it even be a Donnie Yen movie if he couldn't? And I was really surprised that there was this much action in this movie because I thought it was gonna weigh more on the side of comedy, maybe just a couple action sequences here and there. But no, from beginning to end, it was just kind of like non-stop entertainment, non-stop action, plus the comedy, and it was great. This was Kung Fu Hustle meets Rush Hour. And I feel like this movie was such a great throwback and homage to the Jackie Chan movies of the 80s and 90s with movies like Mr. Nice Guy or First Strike, Meals on Wheels. And if you grew up with those Jackie Chan movies, I feel like you'll enjoy this one. And some of the other things that I really enjoyed about the movie too was the whole relationship between him and the ex-cop who was living in Japan, Thor as they call him in the movie. I thought those scenes were great and I kind of wish that the movie focused more on those two characters because I thought that was such an interesting idea and setup, like just having two fat cops teaming up together. I wish they could have expanded that a little bit more, but I thought what they did with it was pretty funny and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the banter between the two and just kind of the fact that they both related to each other. Not only was Donnie Yen's character having relationship issues, but him also. There was another kid character in this movie that I wish they would have gave him a little bit more screen time and maybe a bigger fight scene because I was not expecting this kid to kick ass and I was like, whoa, we need more of this kid in this movie. But this kid was awesome. Yeah, I mean, it was short-lived, but it made me wanting more of him. And there wasn't a whole lot that I disliked about the movie other than how the plot just kind of started to slow down a little bit when it went to Japan. Also, the villain was not really memorable. Nothing about the Yakuza or the villain left like a really long-lasting impression with me. But the movie was so entertaining. The action sequences, fight sequences, and just comedy of it was entertaining enough for me to enjoy it. And for that, I'm gonna have to give Enter the Fat Dragon Groovy Juice. And I really enjoyed the Easter eggs and references to Bruce Lee and Enter the Dragon. It may not be everyone's cup of tea as far as comedy goes, but if you enjoyed the Jackie Chan era of slapstick comedy, you are going to enjoy this movie without a doubt. So definitely check out Enter the Fat Dragon. Just go in with the expectation that this is a different type of movie for him. And also the movie's been out for quite a while now, but it only just recently got a US physical media release on July 14th. So definitely pick it up if you're a Donnie Yen fan. And let me know down in the comments if you've seen the movie, if you plan to see it. Let me know what your thoughts are on it and if you're a Donnie Yen fan. And I got a question for you guys today. Jackie Chan versus Donnie Yen. Right now, let me know down in the comments below who you think would come out on top. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
And if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed this review, give me a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, send me flowers, put me in your will, whatever, you name it, I'll be thankful. And I will see you guys in the next review. I'm gonna do a little bit something different today. For Donnie, keep it groovy.